Hey everyone, are you ready for this? We're diving deep today into UFO sightings, and I mean, it's not your typical stuff.
Oh yeah, this one is different.
We're talking Cashiers, North Carolina.
Beautiful area.
Our source material is a lecture and Q&A that goes way beyond, those grainy photos we see all the time.
Yeah.
This is about benevolent beings, you know, sending messages and even a little hint of a government cover-up.
Oh yeah, that's always good. And what strikes me right away, right off the bat, is Cashiers itself. I mean, have you ever been?
I haven't.
It's gorgeous. Breathtakingly beautiful mountains, western North Carolina. It's sparsely populated.
Oh, so perfect for like unnoticed stuff going on.
Exactly. Prime location for some sky activity.
Yeah, and you can't forget it's near those like significant places, the Great Smoky Mountains,
Oh yeah.
the Cherokee Reservation.
That's a whole other layer to it.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on there, right?
Absolutely. And at the heart of it all, we have the Heenan family. Glennis Heenan, she had the first sighting, and she describes this incredible ship, pulsing rainbow colors, lighting up her whole backyard.
Whoa. And her daughter Devin, who was 8 at the time, actually got a photo
Yeah.
with a cell phone camera of what looks like a ship near the sun.
It's pretty wild, and what's so compelling about Glennis's account is the detail. I mean, she wasn't just glancing up, quickly.
Right.
This is a prolonged observation, and it gets even more intense. I mean, orbs start showing up in the trees. Then a spaceman appears.
A spaceman.
Yeah, and here's where it takes, like, a real turn. Glenise describes this spaceman, and she says, wait for it, it's Jesus.
What?
She even connects it back to that biblical account of Jesus ascending in a cloud. Maybe it was a skyship, she says.
Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, that's a bold claim.
Yeah, pushes the narrative into a whole different realm. But wait, there's more. Glenise then sees a giant hologram of Jesus,
No way.
like 30, 35 feet tall, in the trees outside her home. And again, detailed description, the feeling of awe, just palpable.
Okay, so those sightings, I mean, there's just the beginning. Then they start getting messages.
Oh, yeah.
Seemingly from God, sky beings, angels, spirits, I mean, you name it.
And the messages themselves are so interesting. Like, Cashiers, they say, is this chosen spot for sky activity because of the mountains.
The mountains.
Crystalline mountains, and they believe they act like this this beacon for spaceships.
Like a guide.
Yeah, guiding them right to Cashiers.
So then there's this idea of, like, good and bad sky beings.
Right.
The good ones are protecting us from, well, something bad.
This cosmic struggle between good and evil.
Right.
Classic theme, right.
Definitely.
And then they weave in this call for, like, spiritual awakening, merging science and spirituality for progress.
Yeah, whether you believe in the source of the messages or not,
Right.
it paints this picture of a universe that's way more complex than we think.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting, the lakes.
Oh, yeah.
Lake Glenville and Lake Sapphire.
Lake Glenville is massive.
Yeah.
Huge. And they compare it to the Sea of Galilee, similar size and shape, and tons of skyship sightings reported there.
Over the lake.
Yeah. Makes you wonder, is there like a symbolic connection?
Yes.
Something about these specific spots that draws this activity. Then you have Lake Sapphire. Locals say huge amounts of water just
Vanish.
Gone. Poof. Some think sky beings are taking it.
Really?
It's speculative, but adds another layer. Yeah.
Definitely. What about, you mentioned the Balsam Ridge.
Oh, that's a hot spot. I mean, intense activity. Reports of ships being chased by military jets, ships disappearing right into the mountainside.
Into the mountain?
Yeah, like one account describes this orange triangular ship vanishing into the mountain, leaving this orange glow, then that disappears too.
Wow.
There's another one from a Thanksgiving dinner. Guests saw 2 ships coming out of the ridge, then this massive one hovering at treetop level, then poof, gone.
It's like, what is going on there?
The variety, right. The different ships, the behaviors, makes you wonder about all the different beings out there.
Okay, buckle up. We're going to get a little strange now.
Oh, I love strange.
So they did this experiment, inspired by that sun photo from Devin. They started taking pictures of the sun, and they say they captured a blue moon.
A blue moon.
Surrounded by orbs in this elliptical pattern.
Okay.
And here's the kicker. They showed it to a retired NASA optical specialist. Ruled out optical illusion.
So what are we seeing?
Yeah.
What could explain a blue moon?
Right. It adds to the mystery. And they even encourage listeners, hey, try it yourself.
I love
That
that.
becomes this interactive thing, try to figure out what's happening. You ready for the government conspiracy part?
Always.
Okay, good, because this is where it gets juicy.
Yeah.
So it all
Okay.
revolves around this place called PERI.
Pisgah Astronomical Research Institute.
Right, and it seems like a normal place, astronomy students, researchers, but it has this history.
Oh.
Secret Cold War location, and get this, it's invite only.
A little suspicious, right?
Definitely. And then we have these anonymous people adding to the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
There's LJ, who says she saw sky beings cleaning up toxic spills as a kid.
Interesting. Like, they've been intervening for a while, maybe decades. But what's really crazy is her next claim.
Right. She says there's this 6-story underground facility at PEI.
No way.
Stocked with supplies, maybe dangerous stuff, and equipment that can mess with your memories.
Memory manipulation.
And she says those benevolent sky beings are watching it to prevent harm.
It's unsettling. What could be so dangerous that it needs that level of attention from, forces we don't understand?
It's like straight out of a movie, and then another anonymous source, a guy with high security clearance, chimes in.
Adding to the story.
He says, yep, there's a massive facility, city-sized, at PEI, linked to these classified projects.
His background lends credibility, right?
It does.
He seems to know things, and he's genuinely worried about the secrecy.
Yeah, and then he mentions seeing Apache helicopters, UFOs near PERI, places like Devil's Courthouse and Wolf Lake.
There's this clandestine operation happening right there, hidden in plain sight. What are they hiding? Why?
Right, and to top it off, the speakers say their website wiped clean twice.
Mysteriously.
Maybe by someone trying to silence them? You gotta wonder if they hit a nerve, uncovered something big, worth silencing them for.
Especially since they've been doing this for decades.
They're not new to this.
They're dedicated, passionate about sharing the truth, even if it's dangerous. Makes you think. What's so important about this information that someone would go to such lengths to bury it?
That's the big question, isn't it? Why cashiers? What's so special about this place? I mean, it's not, Roswell.
Right. There's got to be something unique. And according to those messages, it's the mountains.
The mountains again?
Yeah, the crystalline structure, they say. It's like a natural omni for spaceships. This big beacon drawing them in.
So Cashiers is like a cosmic rest stop. That's pretty cool.
It is. And remember, the area has this spiritual history. The Cherokee, their beliefs, their connection to nature.
So maybe these benevolent beings are drawn to places with that kind of energy.
It's definitely something to think about. Now, let's talk about those photos, the blue moon. Capturing that and having a NASA expert rule out illusions, that's intriguing, right?
It is, and I love that they encourage people to try it themselves, get involved.
It's empowering. It says, hey, don't just take our word for it. Explore.
Okay, but we have to talk about the big one, the shadow government, this possible underground facility.
This is where it gets really interesting and a little creepy. The anonymous people, their stories, they're compelling, but we got to be careful.
Yeah, no concrete evidence.
Right.
Still, it's pretty wild. A city-sized underground facility doing who knows what. Black projects, potentially being watched by these beings.
It plays into that fear of the unknown, right? That there are forces at work that we just don't understand. It's in our myths or conspiracy theories.
And some of these messages, they're like echoes of those old beliefs, good versus evil.
Exactly. Are they tapping into some universal truth, something that goes beyond culture, or just reinterpreting those familiar ideas?
Yeah, and the speakers keep talking about merging science and spirituality, saying they're not separate.
A lot of people are saying that now. As science learns more, we're faced with more mysteries, things we can't explain. Maybe we need both to understand it all.
Like, we can't limit ourselves to just what we can measure us, right? There are other ways of knowing things.
Exactly. Intuition, imagination, even faith. Maybe that's the key to a more complete picture of reality.
That's powerful. So what does it all mean? Is this real, a glimpse into something beyond what we know? Or are these stories just, fantasies, our hopes and fears projected onto the unknown?
The big question, right. And each of us has to answer it for ourselves. There's no right answer, no proof. We have to weigh the evidence and decide what we believe.
And maybe that's the beauty of it, right? What makes us think, explore the possibilities, ask questions. Even if the answers just lead to more questions.
Absolutely. Embrace the journey. We're always learning, uncovering something new.
Before we move on to the next part, I want to go back to something we talked about earlier, humanity's potential. The speakers say we're capable of great things, that we have a part to play in all of this.
Yeah, it's inspiring, but also makes you think, are we living up to that potential?
Are we part of the problem?
It's a choice, isn't it? Do we give in to greed, violence, or do we rise above, become the best versions of ourselves?
It's on us, both individually and as a whole.
Hmm.
We can't wait for someone to save us. We have to take responsibility, for our actions, our choices.
It's about understanding that we're all connected, our actions affect others, and choosing to do what's good for everyone, for the planet.
It's a reminder that we have the power to create a better future, one with hope, compassion.
Maybe by doing that, by choosing love, wisdom, service, we not only become worthy of protection, but we help consciousness itself evolve.
That's a beautiful thought. We're not just watching this cosmic play, we're part of it, shaping it, for ourselves and future generations.
Exactly. And even with all the uncertainty, the unknown, there's hope, the chance for positive change.
Well said. So as we go into the final part, let's keep that in mind. Explore the meaning of these accounts, the
Yep.
possibilities, and the big questions they raise about where we fit in the universe.
Picking up where we left off, let's dig into some more of these details from the lecture. That idea of cashiers, like as a cosmic rest stop, I
Ah,
love that. It really is compelling and makes you wonder, like, what makes it so special? They say it's the crystals in the mountains, but is that it?
right. Like, is there something else going on? Maybe the geology or those energy vortexes you hear about?
Oh, yeah. Those vortexes. Definitely worth looking into. And what about that blue moon?
Oh, yeah.
Taking those pictures and then a NASA guy saying it's not an illusion. What could that be?
Yeah.
Is it something completely new, celestial, like we've never seen it before, or some kind of science we haven't figured out yet?
Or maybe it's both. Like some natural thing interacting with the camera, creating something totally unique.
It could be, and that's why we have to be careful, approach these stories with an open mind, but also, healthy skepticism. Look at all the angles, the normal and the, well, extraordinary.
Absolutely. Okay, what about the underground facility at PERI? That's a big claim. The anonymous people, their stories, they're interesting, but do we believe them?
We have to be cautious. Anonymous sources, they're not always reliable, could be misinformation, exaggeration.
But still, imagine a city-sized facility, underground, doing these black projects, and maybe these beings are watching it. It's like something out of a movie.
Oh, it is. It's like that thing in us, we're fascinated by what we don't know, that there's something bigger going on that we're not part of. It's been around forever, from ancient myths to like all those conspiracy theories today.
And some of those messages, they sound a lot like old beliefs, right? Good versus evil, that kind of thing.
Right. Are they tapping into something universal, something that goes beyond culture, or just putting a new spin on those old ideas?
Yeah, and the speakers keep saying science and spirituality, they're not separate.
And more people are saying that now, as science learns more, we run into more mysteries, things we can't explain. Maybe we need both to really understand it all.
Like, we can't just focus on what we can measure. There are other ways of knowing, right?
Exactly. Intuition, imagination, maybe even faith. Maybe that's how we get a complete picture.
That's powerful. So the big question, what does it all mean? Is this real? A glimpse into something we don't understand? Or just, like, made-up stories projecting our hopes and fears onto the unknown?
That's the question, isn't it? And we each have to answer it for ourselves. No right or wrong answer, no proof. Just weigh the evidence and decide what makes sense to you.
And maybe that's what's great about it. It makes us think, explore the possibilities, ask questions, even if those answers just lead to more questions.
Absolutely. Enjoy the journey. There's always something new to learn, uncover.
Okay, before we get to the last part, I want to go back to something we talked about, humanity's potential. The speakers think we can do great things, that we have a part in all of this.
Yeah, it's inspiring, but then it makes you wonder, are we living up to that?
Are we messing it up?
We have a choice, give in to the bad stuff or be better.
It's up to us, all of us. We can't just wait to be saved. We have to take responsibility, for what we do, the choices we make.
Right, like understanding that we're all connected, our actions matter. Choose to do what's good for everyone, the planet.
It's like a wake-up call, that we have the power to change things, make a better future, one with hope.
And maybe by doing that, by choosing love and wisdom, we not only earn protection, we help consciousness itself grow.
That's amazing. It's like we're not just watching, we're actually part of it,
Yeah.
shaping it, for us and everyone who comes after.
Right, and even when things seem uncertain, there's always hope. Things can change for the better.
So as we go into the last part, Let's keep that in mind. Let's think about what these stories mean, the possibilities, and those big questions about where we fit in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so wrapping up our look at these cashier stories,
Yeah.
it's amazing, like the different things people experience and what it all could mean.
Yeah, we went from like that personal encounter, Lennis and the Jesus spaceman, to this bigger idea of a cover up, and these beings watching over us.
It's a lot to think about, and I bet you have a lot of questions, just like me. One thing that really stuck out was that whole merging of science and spirituality. You don't hear that a lot with UFOs, right?
It's what makes these stories different. They're not just about ships and aliens. They're about, like, what is consciousness? Are we all connected? Is there more to reality than what we see?
Like, it's making us rethink what we know about the universe and our place in it. It's
Yeah.
like they're saying you can't just look at it from one side, the science side or the spiritual side. We need both.
Right. You need that scientific way to test things, get evidence, but also that openness, that intuition to think about things we maybe don't understand yet.
And maybe by putting those two together, we can understand even more.
Yeah.
You know, the stuff we can see and the stuff we can't, the physical and the non-physical, I guess.
Yeah, and it kind of goes with all that research into consciousness, how we're all connected and those things that happen that we can't explain.
Like, science is finally catching up to what those old wisdom traditions have been saying forever. Maybe things are changing, how we understand ourselves, the universe.
It's exciting to think about. And if these sky beings are real, what are they doing in all this? Just watching, or are they nudging us towards something new?
It's a good question, and maybe we'll never know for sure. But, finding the truth, it's a journey, not just a destination, right? Asking the questions is just as important as finding the answers.
And even if we don't find all the answers, just asking, exploring, it's what makes us human.
Okay, so to wrap up our deep dive today,
Hmm.
I want to leave you with this. Whether you believe these stories or not, whether there are sky beings or some secret government, one thing's for sure. The universe is full of mysteries. There's so much we don't know, so much to discover.
And that's what makes it so amazing, this adventure, always exploring. Who knows what we'll find?
So the biggest lesson may be, stay curious, keep asking questions, don't lose that wonder.
And if this got you thinking, if you want to learn more about cashiers and these sky beings, go to skyshipsovercashiers.com. Check it out, do your own research, see what you think.
Yeah, maybe you'll even have your own stories to tell. And whatever you believe, keep looking up, keep asking questions, and keep exploring this amazing universe we're all part of.
Until next time, stay open-minded, happy exploring.
And thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.